This presentation is about Chapter 10, the development of online courses. This chapter covers the main area of our studies, which is the delivery of online courses via the Internet. To summarize the chapter, I would first start with the development of instructional content or materials. The chapter makes reference to materials that are based upon proven learning propositions, and these materials should meet or exceed institutional quality standards. Now, I should quickly point out that the delivery methods should also be chosen for their ability to be what I call robust in an Internet environment. This is important since not all delivery methods meet that requirement. Next, the chapter talks about forming an institutional model for online teaching. Deciding on this model is important for several reasons, not the least of which is getting faculty buy-in. Since there are no accepted definitions of what an online course actually is, the producers of the course must first decide between a text-based course or one that seeks to take full advantage of the Internet by using various types of multimedia. Both can be delivered via the Internet, but the multimedia one usually is very labor-intensive and highly interactive. Most courses are delivered through a learning management system such as Blackboard or Moodle. This LMS software acts as a container for all of the different elements of a course, and it's through this type of system where a community-based, student-centered kind of learning can take place. This new teaching model can help faculty during course development for needed items such as access to library resources, adequate institutional support for distance education, and of course the training of faculty who teach online. The course producer will have the burden of making a program that promotes active learning. It also should advance critical thinking skills in students and can assess the course progress. The institution must make a substantial commitment to this through the planning, resource allocation, and faculty rewards in the process. There are several players in this process that should be identified. The first is the subject matter expert, who usually becomes the online instructor. They are responsible for the materials, objectives, and assessments for the course. Instructional designers help create the course, usually through the ADDIE process. Other players include web developers who create HTML pages, and the interactivity of each screen, and graphic designers who produce all the visuals that enhance those materials. Lastly, the person who codes all of the items into a cohesive scheme is the programmer and multimedia author. I think one of the strengths of the chapter is the treatment of instructional designs, which must be very carefully crafted for online learning. I think that is fitting that the chapter talks about things that constitute good instructional design. These objectives most certainly have some elements that are crucial for quality learning. So what does that mean, to have good instructional design? Certainly it means having well-constructed multimedia of all types that presents well and is robust. I think it also means that content is carefully presented so that learning is constructed in a segmented way. This scaffolding of content demands that you have the means of communication that will engage all the participants. This teaching strategy is important because it sets the bar very high, I think, for interactions that can take place in online courses. I'm really attracted to this, as the authors were, a lot because of what I think is the construction of critical thinking skills with these interactions. The designs also have to be practical in the sense that they can be formed into templates that make it very cost-effective and efficient. I am sure that some institutions develop their online courses using a well-developed team. I feel confident that some also have all the needed personnel to form that team, with each engaged in their respective areas of expertise. Most of my experience, however, does not include this model with these professional developers. Most, if not all, of the institutions where I have observed how online courses are produced only involve one or two people. In most cases, only one. This instructor is usually the subject matter expert, designer, developer, and programmer for the course. Although this is not ideal, the structure of most learning management systems offers a template that helps the instructor in course development. These systems remove some of the pressure from instructors in creating online courses and offer a consistent interface for the participants.